In the port of Marseilles in 1815, a young and promising merchant sailor named Edmond Dantès returns home on the ship Pharaon. He is full of joy and ambition. He has just been promised a promotion to captain by the ship's owner, Monsieur Morel, and he is eagerly awaiting to marry his beautiful fiancée, the Catalan woman Mercedes. However, unbeknownst to Dantès, three men envy his good fortune and plot against him. Danglars, the ship's treasurer, is jealous of Dantès' promotion. Fernand Mondego, a fisherman, is in love with Mercedes and covets her. And a local tailor named Cataris, though weak, is swayed by their schemes. The three conspire to destroy Dantès' bright future. They write an anonymous letter accusing him of being a Bonapartist traitor, claiming he carried a letter from Napoleon, then exiled on Elba, to Bonapartist supporters in Paris. On the very day of his wedding feast, Dantès is arrested. The ambitious deputy prosecutor, Gérard de Villefort, initially seems sympathetic, but when he discovers the incriminating letter is addressed to his own father, a Bonapartist, Villefort's self-interest takes over. To protect his own career and political standing, he condemns Dantès without a trial. He burns the letter and has Dantès secretly imprisoned in the island fortress of the Château d'If, effectively burying him alive to silence the truth. Dantès is thrown into a dark, solitary dungeon. For years, he endures despair and isolation, clinging only to thoughts of his father and Mercedes. He vows revenge against those who wronged him, but sees no hope of escape. Then, after many years, he hears a faint scraping sound from the other side of his wall. He discovers another prisoner is trying to tunnel his way to freedom. He meets the prisoner, a learned and elderly Italian abbé named Faria. The two connect through a secret tunnel between their cells. Abbé Faria becomes Dantès' mentor, educating him in languages, science, history, philosophy, and the ways of high society. More importantly, Faria deduces the truth behind Dantès' imprisonment, revealing the conspiracy of Danglars, Fernand, and Villefort. Faria also shares the secret of a vast treasure hidden on the remote island of Monte Cristo. After many years of planning a joint escape, tragedy strikes. Abbé Faria dies from a seizure. Heartbroken, but now armed with knowledge and a burning purpose, Dantès uses his final opportunity. He switches places with the abbé's corpse, sewing himself into the burial sack. He is thrown into the sea from the cliffs of the Château d'If. Cutting himself free, he is rescued by a band of smugglers. After years of imprisonment, Edmond Dantès is free, but the innocent young sailor is gone, replaced by a man hardened by suffering and driven by revenge. Dantès finds the immense treasure on the island of Monte Cristo, just as Abbé Faria described. With limitless wealth at his disposal, he transforms himself. He becomes the mysterious and sophisticated Count of Monte Cristo, a nobleman of immense power and intrigue. He also assumes other identities to maneuver unseen. His sole mission is to reward those who were good to him and to exact a slow, calculated, and devastating vengeance on the three men who destroyed his life. He returns to Marseilles to find his world shattered. His father, broken by grief, has died in poverty. Mercedes, believing Dantès dead, eventually married Fernand, who has since become the wealthy and respected Count de Morcerf. Danglars is now a fabulously rich banker in Paris. Villefort has risen to become a powerful royal prosecutor in Paris, married into a prestigious family. The Count of Monte Cristo enters their glittering world in Paris, a phantom from the past they think they buried. With meticulous planning, he begins to unravel their lives. He exposes Fernand's darkest secret, his betrayal and murder of the Albanian ruler Ali Pasha, and his selling of Ali Pasha's wife and daughter into slavery. Publicly disgraced, Fernand is abandoned by Mercedes and their son, Albert, and takes his own life. Against Danglars, the Count uses financial warfare. He manipulates the banker's greed, causing him to make disastrous investments. He exploits Danglars' domestic troubles, including his wife's infidelity and his daughter's scandalous elopement. He orchestrates a massive bank run that ruins Danglars financially. In the end, Danglars is left penniless and broken, a shadow of his former self. Villefort's punishment is the most complex and psychologically brutal. The Count slowly reveals the prosecutor's buried crimes. He exposes Villefort's affair with Madame Danglars and their illegitimate child, whom Villefort tried to bury alive as an infant. He orchestrates situations where Villefort's own wife, driven by greed, becomes a poisoner, killing members of his own family. In a final, devastating courtroom scene, Villefort's past is laid bare. Driven to madness by the revelation of his crimes and the deaths in his family, Villefort loses his sanity completely. Throughout his quest for vengeance, the Count also rewards the few who showed him kindness. He saves the Morel family's shipping company from bankruptcy, securing their happiness and honor. But his relentless pursuit of revenge takes a toll. He questions whether he has gone too far, especially when innocent people, like Villefort's young daughter, Valentine, are nearly caught in the crossfire. He is forced to confront the morality of his actions and the man he has become. In the end, having completed his vengeance, the Count is left with immense power and wealth, but also a profound emptiness. He realizes that vengeance alone cannot bring back his lost love or his stolen youth. He spares the life of Danglars, finding a sliver of mercy within himself. He reunites the young lovers Maximilien Morel and Valentine Villefort, giving them hope for a future he himself could never have. The story concludes with the Count of Monte Cristo, having settled all accounts, sailing away from the continent with Haiti, a young woman he rescued who has come to love him. He leaves behind a final, enigmatic message, that human wisdom is contained in the words wait and hope. The man who was once Edmond Dantès disappears into the horizon, his destiny forever altered by the cruel lessons of betrayal and the transformative power of suffering and retribution.